Well, hello there and welcome back to the DBP Pest Control channel. Now this week I'm going to be visiting one of my rabbiting permissions that I haven't been to for quite some months, which also have a few rats there, so it could turn into quite an interesting session. Before that, however, I'm going to take you back over to my squirrel feeder in the woods. So I've done some modifications to the feeder and managed to take a few squirrels more as a result. So we'll get straight on with the action. Well, good morning to one and all. It's Easter Friday, and I just thought I'd do a little bit of an update on my squirrel feeder, which is just there behind me. Now, you may remember in one of my previous videos I said that showed you in fact that the squirrels have been trying to break in there, so I had to take it down and do some modifications to it. So let me just show you what I've done. Now, if you remember, this area here was being chewed quite markedly, so what I've done, I've put a steel plate right across here, and I've just filled it up again because I noticed over the last 3 or 4 days it's actually been emptied, and there was I thinking that I got rid of a lot of the squirrels. No. So anyway, today I thought I'd give it a couple of hours, and just for a change I've brought out the 177 BSA Scorpion with the 3 through 9 by 40 hawk on it, which is an AO scope, and of course just to capture the action, the Pard 7 on the back. So I'm going to retire to my little hidey hole, my chosen hidey hole, which is this old transit van over here, and see if anything appears. Well, I had to wait a little while for that one, but to be fair, the Scorpion doesn't pull any punches. That was straight down headshot, 177, bang. Quite pleased with that. Just to add a bit of detail, I have been trying a couple of different pellets in the Scorpion. Currently settled on these, the Air Arms 8.4 grain, which work very well, as do the JSB 8.44s. I think with these we're looking at about 10.8 foot-pounds. Right, well that second one was taken from that pile of tyres over there. Well, that third one I took over there out of the side window of the van at about 30 meters. Now initially I thought I'd missed it, but it actually climbed the tree, got up about a foot and then dropped down again. So obviously just a nervous reaction, but it's not moving now, that's for sure. Well, that's number 4 there, and this little follow-up session that I plan to tag on to one of my next videos is actually turning out to be quite a major session. Well, good evening to one and all. You can see it's getting fairly dark now. Now I've come out to one of my rabbiting permissions, as I spoke about towards the end of one of my last videos. Now I haven't been here for some time, and I'm expecting quite a few rabbits. There are also reportedly some rats running around, so I've had to come doubly prepared. So tonight I'll be using my 22LR for the rabbits. I'll be taking them out to about 120, 130 meters, and for the rats I've forced into service a gun that doesn't get used often, and that's my other 22 BSA Ultra. Now this is the beach stock version. You may not have seen this one before, but on top of that I have a Yukon Photon RT, which is quite interesting. Not a bad little unit for close-up work. So I'm going to go and get set up now, and I'll be back with you in a few minutes. Well, I've had a bit of a scout round with the thermal. Can't see any rats at the moment, but I can see 1 or 2 heat signatures out about 300 meters, which I think are rabbits. So rather than spend an hour or 2 sitting for a rat that may or may not appear, I'm just going to assemble my kit and take up a position ready for some rabbit shooting. I've just spotted about 6 to 8 up in this direction, about 180 meters, a couple over here a little bit closer. Now there are horses over there, 6 to 8 of them in the adjacent field, and 2 or 3 just here watching what I'm doing. Right, well that's the first one of the evening. I missed with the first shot, misjudged the distance. I haven't brought my rangefinder out this evening. I'm just relying on having been here before, and I know the rough distances. Now it was a little bit further, so I gave it a little bit of holdover, and I think it was probably about 85-90 meters. Hello, fella. Well, who knew you could squeak a badger? Well, it's been about an hour since I checked in last. And since then I managed to get quite a few more. I'm up to around 10 now. 2 of them unfortunately I couldn't retrieve, couldn't find them anywhere. They were 2 that I shot along that hedge line there, and they've just dropped, and even with my thermal I can't spot them. But yeah, a good 10, couple of little ones, but they all count. I think they've probably all gone to ground now. The badger is still prowling around, so that coupled with me being here, I think I'm going to probably call it a night now. I might check in on the rats on the way out, but yeah, good job, and there's plenty more to warrant coming back for. Well, the good old ultra wooden stock, as I call it, came through there. Now there are more here obviously, so we'll leave those for another time. It's getting on for midnight now, so I'm going to hightail it home. So this is Doug Boyce for DBP Pest Control. See you again soon.